parking lot right into it.
That's the idea. So over here, rain barrels are going to be, they were painted, we just had to get them clear coated by an auto body company. And they'll be attached to the downspouts that were stolen. And those will be up in the air, and then there's our alternate water resource for watering the garden. Yeah. Yeah, they're all PVC. Yeah, there's a big piece down in the back. I don't know what they're going to do with some of these spots. This is an art room. This is middle school. We've taken to decorating the ceiling tiles and sort of make it a pleasant environment to create art in. And now I can spend my last 2 years of my teaching career looking out the window and staring out the window and looking at the garden as it grows. So, from this level you can see the garden. And the idea of this rain garden, you'll see it looks like a little swamp or a pond off to the left. The idea of that is that all the water coming off the building and the parking lot automatically ran to that spot. So we've taken advantage of it. The idea is the plants that are there open up the soil and become a filter for the water and return clean water to the water table rather than polluted water. This is a lesson kids can use in their own homes. Get your neighbor together. People have sump pumps. Run the 2 sump pumps from one neighbor to a garden. Filter the water instead of sending it out to the curb or the street, into a creek or a river, and then into a lake. So that's one of the lessons we're trying to teach with this particular project. If you look off to the right, that's the classroom where teachers in some months of the year can go out and teach classes outside in the garden. And again, we still have a lot of planting to do before that.
John Purcell is in a smaller. Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I wanted to take the recorder from her.
In our makeshift football field?
Yes. They share.
Alright guys, this is a middle school art room. The nice thing about being a teacher here is if you want to do something different and you don't tell anybody at central office, you get away with it. I teach a class about it's the Day of the Dead, the Spanish festival. Catholics would remember it as All Saints Day and so on. So I'm set up for when school starts. These images you see over here on the board. I teach a class at Dia de los Muertos, and the students go take a trip to Chicago to see a show at the Mexican Museum of Art on the south side of Chicago, which is artists from around the world have submitted pieces for the Day of the Dead art project. So the kids go down there and do that. They have to make their own ofrendas, which is basically an altar commemorating someone in their family that's passed away. It could be a pet, it could be an uncle they don't even know about. It's a pretty emotional thing, and we have an exhibit of work on October 31st and November 1st to show some of that work. So that's what this room's kind of decorated for. We're going to go down the steps, outside. I'm going to take you to the garden, show you 2 more things, and then if there's anything you haven't seen you want to see, we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll